क्रेडिट चेक करें, रिटर्न ई फाइल करें और जल्दी अपना रिफंड पाएं।
Good evening and welcome to Power News. I'm Juhi Rajput. In today's episode of Power News, we're going to discuss energy efficiency and management, key driver for moving to a low carbon economy. And to discuss this thing, we're joined by Mr. G.C. Datta Roy, CEO, Dalki Energy Services, Mr. Saurabh Didi, Energy Economist, Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Mr. Arun Sahai, Chairman, Builders Association of India, Mr. M.K. Singhi, ED Sri Cement, and Mr. Vijay Kunche, CEO, Real Energy. Good evening and welcome to Power News. Mr. Saurabh, National Mission on Enhanced Energy Efficiency is one out of 8 missions planned under the National Action Plan on Climate Change. Bureau of Energy Efficiency is targeting to save around 5% of fossil fuel which is consumed by designated consumer under PAT scheme. Is this figure achievable according to you?
As we have discussed with industries, and we are having data from last 10 years from Energy Conservation Awards also. So based on that, we analyze that this target is more or less achievable. Only few issues are there, like some industries are very energy efficient, it will be difficult for them. Some are highly inefficient, they can achieve even more than 5%. So that is not a problem for achieving the target. And at the same time, we are giving energy saving certificates to them. So that if somebody is not able to achieve their targets, they can purchase energy saving certificates who have overachieved. So more or less we can achieve the target by that 5%. Even we can achieve more than 5%. Okay.
Mr. Roy, every industrial entity has been given a target for specific energy usage on the basis of its products. How this targeted figure would be achieved so that it neither becomes over nor under ambitious?
If you see, it's a PAT scheme is only for currently 462 units, not the entire spectrum. And each of these units is getting studied, and to make it is worthwhile and at the same time not daunting, the targets should be fixed based on historical benchmark. Everybody can achieve a target, and let me tell you, we would have done work in more than 100 industries in India. 5% is a very, very modest target. I always tell B that you have been very modest in target setting, because we have never seen, wherever we have worked, the energy savings least we have seen is one case 13%, but in most of the cases it is over 20%.
Alright, so at initial stage it would be wise to have a modest target, I guess. Mr. Kunche, I'd like to ask you, what could be the major challenges related to PAT scheme, implementation of PAT scheme?
Normally an industry would always strive to focus on production basically, and they do not have enough money for the energy efficiency. Basically this has to come from the implementation agencies like ESCOs. Unfortunately what happens is in India, ESCOs are too small and their balance sheets do not permit the bankers to give finance. So there should be an effort from the government side to see that ESCO companies, ESCO industry becomes a priority lending sector for the bankers, so that fund will be available for implementing this efficiency targets. So then definitely this PAT scheme would be very successful.
ESCOs have already been graded by CRISIL, and they have already started providing services to the industry. How are banks going to finance the energy efficient projects of ESCOs?
Now for ESCO, as Mr. Kunche rightly said, that getting a loan from a financial institution is very difficult for ESCO because of their small balance sheet or number of other issues are there. So for that reason, Bureau of Energy Efficiency is making two funds. One is PRGF, that is Partial Risk Guarantee Fund. Another is Venture Capital Fund for Energy Efficiency. These two funds actually promote performance contracting business. Now how they will promote is that once they will go to a banker, they will ask for a loan, and we will analyze that that project is itself is technically sound. If that is technically sound and there will be some due diligence, then we will say that PRGF, actually that fund will say that yes, we will support this project and we will share risk. We are only giving a risk guarantee. We are not giving money. In case there will be a default due to some listed reasons which are not in their hand or some other reason, then in that case that fund will give money to the banker, some percentage of money, say maximum to 50%. So that will be supported by this PRGF. Now this fund will not be continuous. It is to kickstart the market so that market transformation will occur and this whole performance contracting business will be initially started.
Energy efficiency financing platform aims to stimulate necessary funding for ESCOs which will invest in enhancing energy efficiency and they'll be paid from the savings. Do you feel ESCOs have an attractive business opportunity in the sector?